Hey there, Alex here. This is the Oppo Reno, the replacement for the R series. Some of you guys may know I haven't really been a huge fan of their devices, but this is sort of a new series for them, and it does seem rather interesting. So when they reached out to see if I would like to give it a try, I thought, why not? When I first picked up the phone, I was already impressed. The phone feels great in the hand because of the curved glass on the back, the matte finishing feels really great, and there is no camera bump on the phone at all. I also love the attention to details as well, like this little nub to protect the camera portion of the glass from scratches and the accented color on the power button. Then we have the pop-up camera, which sort of looks like a shark fin. Maybe it looks a little more elegant, but it's noticeably slower than what we get on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and it seems to collect dust a little easier because of the bigger opening. Durability is also an unknown, since we haven't had these types of pop-up mechanism for that long. Manufacturers can do all sorts of tests in their labs or whatnot, but real-life usage is often a little more unpredictable. But anyway, I don't really use the selfie camera much, so it's not a huge concern for me. I do still kinda like the idea of a hidden camera, partly because I'm the type of person that will cover up their webcam, but mainly because it is what makes this screen possible. The Oppo Reno has a bezel-less, notchless AMOLED screen, and it looks really nice. It's only a 1080p screen, but it has really nice colors, viewing angles, and outdoor visibility. The best part is, it's a flat display unlike the OnePlus 7 Pro, so it's really great for media consumption, browsing through social media, and even gaming. Anyway, while we're talking about gaming, I just want to quickly talk about performance. The regular Oppo Reno that I have here is using a more modest Snapdragon 710 chipset. It's not the fastest processor around, but it is still really performant. I've had no issues playing games on the phone at all. App launches are also quick enough, and the general speed and responsiveness of the software seems pretty good to me. At this point, we should probably talk about ColorOS 6. Personally, I've never really been a fan of heavily customized skins, so this is not my cup of tea. But for most other consumers, this is no different from what Samsung, Huawei, or Xiaomi is doing. Putting aside my personal preferences, ColorOS seems decent. Like I've mentioned, even for a heavily customized skin, it actually feels quite smooth and responsive. The UI design also looks pleasing enough, other than a few odd design choices here and there. In terms of usability, it has a lot of features that I wouldn't really use, but it also has a bunch of really nice features as well. I like the way they've implemented gestures control, their way of doing a scrolling screenshot is really nice, it's nice to have a built-in screen recorder, and their game assistant feature is actually quite useful. There are instances where I stopped getting notifications because the OS is quite aggressive at restricting apps, but those can be easily tweaked in settings. Another thing that bugs me is that some built-in apps still requires permissions that I think they don't really need. But that's pretty much the same for most Chinese smartphones. Overall, I would still say that it's probably going to be a decent experience for most regular consumers. Battery life is something that I think most people will be happy with as well. With a 3765 mAh battery, I can get a day out of the phone easily, even with heavier usage. Plus, VOOC charging is really quick as well. An hour of charging got me over 85% of battery, and a full charge took just around 1 hour and 20 minutes. So let's talk about camera performance next. The Oppo Reno is packing the excellent Sony IMX586 48MP sensor that I've seen on so many other phones already, but of course, image processing plays a big role in how the images turned out as well. On the Oppo Reno, I would say that it's just okay. I can get really decent looking images from this camera, but nothing that really blows me away. I'll link everything I took with the phone in the video description. Front camera wise, it looks good enough for the most part in good lighting, but it seems to be a bit softer at night compared to even the Oppo R17. For video capture, it looks decent enough as well, but just take note that 4K recording doesn't seem to have software stabilization. Overall, while the camera is decent, in some situations, like at night, I actually feel like it's not as good as the R17. Maybe they need more time to figure out how to extract the most out of this camera, because from what I've seen from other phones with this sensor, I know that it has potential. Just a few more points to wrap things up. Unlike the R17 in Singapore, which lacks NFC and the in-display fingerprint sensor, the Reno has both of those things. NFC is more important than ever before, now that we can use it for public transport. And while that fingerprint sensor isn't as fast as the OnePlus 7, it works well enough. The Oppo Reno only has a single firing speaker, which is a little disappointing, but at least it still sounds decent, and we still have a headphone jack. There isn't water resistance, but that's kind of expected for a phone with a pop-up camera. Which brings us to the conclusion. Personally, I think that the official retail price is not really that attractive, but you could find better deals if you look for it at the right places. At those types of pricing, it's a little more palatable considering it does comes with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage as standard. For folks looking to get the best bang for their buck in terms of performance, camera quality, or a clean Android experience, this is probably not going to appeal to you. But for a regular consumer who just walks into a carrier store looking for the nicest looking phone that works well enough, I can see how the Oppo Reno could be a really attractive option. Thanks for watching my review of the Oppo Reno. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. Thanks again, and see you guys on the next one.